Hi guys, now that we've started down this journey with Caitlin, I have begun my own new journey as far as the tongue tie goes, and just wanted to share that with you just in case it resonates with anyone. I've mentioned this before, but tongue ties are definitely genetic. It's a dominant gene apparently, and so she got it from me. And while I've been doing my classes and things, we've just submitted different videos and come to find out there are 4 grades of tongue ties. 4 is the worst. That's where that heart pretty much connects to the top of your tongue. And I've seen this in 4 patients in the past maybe 4 or 5 months, and it's pretty interesting. Some people have symptoms, other people have no symptoms that they know of, although I can see it in their mouth even though they can't feel anything. It does seem like the more active a person is, the less symptoms they have. I know for me, it's like, I don't have any symptoms. I don't have any pain or anything like that. But now that I'm learning what the symptoms are for tongue ties, it's like, oh, that's why I do that. I'm going to list several of those. One of them is the way my tongue tie works. A lot of times, ideally the frenulum, which is that flap, the connective tissue right here, it would be connected further back in the mouth, closer to the base of the tongue. Mine goes all the way to this bone on the inside of my mouth. So I'm going to show you if you can see it, but right here, mine connects to that bone. So whenever I pull my tongue up, it kind of looks like an Eiffel Tower because it's attached to the bone, and then it goes up to the top of the tongue. And from my experience, I do have what they call tori, which is extra bone in the lower jaw. And you probably can't see that. It's here and here. And if you've been told you have tori, or if you have like these bumps under your gums on the inside of your teeth on the lower jaw, some people also have it up in the top palate. That's called tori. That can be from, I think they don't know 100% sure, but it can be from clenching, and you clench your teeth because when your bones are being moved a lot or worked a lot. So let's say you have different attachments on your bones where your muscles or ligaments attached to and tendons attached to. Where they attach to that, they're different, little bit of bulges on the bones. Where your muscles attach to that, they actually get bigger as you are working out and things like that, because your bone has to be able to handle the force of being able to pull it. So your bones grow that whenever you work muscles, and that's why it's recommended, like for women with osteoporosis, to exercise, to do some weightlifting and strength training, because it actually makes your bones thicker and bigger. Well, the same thing with when you're clenching, that extra force can cause the bones to get larger in there. But my theory is too, and I know some have mentioned this, but with that frenulum attached to right inside here, that's called the alveolar bone on the inside, with the frenulum attached to that, and it's constantly pulling when I'm using my tongue, it's kind of like the muscle pulling on a bone. And that's my theory, that gets larger. I know when I've seen people's mouths with huge tori, that frenulum is squeezed in between, attached to that bone. So I would love to hear your story if you have tori on the bony area, and just see if that frenulum attaches to the bone, like goes forward and attaches to the bone instead of at the base of your tongue. You could share that in the comments. I would love to know that, because kind of do a little case study. And if you have pictures you want to either post on there or privately message me, that would be awesome too. But that'll help me just, it's like no or yes, there is a connection there, because we're all trying to learn and research all this, but I would just love to know that too. But as far as symptoms go that I've learned that I have that have to do with the tongue tie that I had no idea was related, one of the things is I have a swallowing problem. When I learned all this, I asked my husband, I said, did you know I have a swallow issue? He said, oh yeah, I've known that since we've been married. I'm like, what? But one of the things is I have a really hard time swallowing pills. Like I can only swallow one at a time. I can't do it if I'm drinking through a straw, I can't do that. I have to take it off and chug, and I have to sit there and swallow to get it down. Because the tongue, when it starts the whole swallow process, so when it's attached and being pulled down, it can't do that effectively. Another thing is I choke a lot of times, especially drinking through straws. I tend to choke on water quite a bit, or drinks quite a bit. I do have a lot of strain in my neck here. I'm trying to work on relaxing that. There's a lot of strain going on there. And there's things, that fascia right here, that's connective tissue. I've mentioned this before, but it's connected, so it's all one piece. So it starts there, It's connected through different parts of your body all the way down to your toe. And ever since I was young, I don't know if it's connected or not, but I'm just curious. When I ran track a lot through junior high and high school, I always had knee issues. Like if I bent my right knee and turned it sideways, tucked it under me, it hurt bad. And every now and then my hip would do something. And I just kind of wonder if that's from that being tight. We'll find out. They recommend, if I'm going through myofunctional therapy and I could use this too, then I'm probably, we're going to work on doing myofunctional therapy first, and then I'll probably try to have that tongue tie released just to see what symptoms are relieved, but just to also understand what patients will be going through in the future if they have to have a tongue tie release. But the fascia on here, if you ever wanted to look it up, it's called frontline fascia. That's connected there and goes all the way down. It's connected to the pubic floor even, and affects women in different ways like that. But I also feel a lot of strain in my lower jaw. So whenever I'm singing, or if I'm getting my teeth cleaned and my mouth's open too long, I just really feel it in the TMJ, all these guys, which that's all related to airway, but also the tongue tie. Anyway, I'll keep y'all posted on that journey as we go along. Right now, we're focusing on Caitlin. We're kind of at a standstill for her until we can see this plastic surgeon at the KU Medical Center in Kansas City. But meanwhile, kind of see everybody, and secretly I'm judging to see if you might have a myofunctional therapy issues. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.